Hey guys, good morning. It's Captain Austin here. We out messing around this morning. It's Tuesday morning. Still northeast wind blowing like crazy. Last of the incoming tide. Pulled up to the first spot, made 2 casts, got 2 nice trout. So let's see if we can catch a few more, maybe some redfish if we're lucky. You guys hold tight. I had 2 rods out trying to be slick. It's a new spot to me. I've never fished it, so try to cover as much ground as possible, and lo and behold, it was a bad idea. Threw one out, set it in the rod holder, and as I was baiting up the other hook, or wouldn't you know it, the first one gets hit. So let's see if we can catch y'all a redfish or a nice trout. Told myself I wasn't going to keep any fish today, but 2 nice trout back to back. Like, I can't help myself. I got plenty of people that want fish, so why not give them some fish, you know? So this morning I'm using a popping cork. I'm not going to bore you with how to fish with it because I've already told you time and time again. So all we're doing is fishing this big rip, and it seems to be decent, I guess. Like I said, 2 casts, 2 fish. So let's see if they stop biting because I turned the camera on. Nope, they didn't stop biting. Another nice trout. That's a really nice trout. I might have to get the net for this one, y'all. There we go. Y'all, we're so close to fall. I can see it. Let's show y'all this trout here. These are all nice 15, 16-inch trout. Those are my favorite ones to keep because they're not 14 inches. There's a nice one there. He's probably 16. I'm not even going to measure him. Me and Mr. Johnny, we call those no doubters. And that's what we like to catch, no doubters. Sorry, I know the last video was kind of long. That was just one of those things that everywhere I went, I was catching fish. So I figured, why not share that? It's not always like that. That day, I think I fished 5 or 6 different spots before I finally found, there's already another one, before I finally found some decent fish. So, and I had some trips this weekend. It was a grind. We found fish, but it was definitely a grind. It's another speckled trout. That's the first short one for this spot, so I can't be upset. There he is there, a little dinky trout. See you later, buddy. Let's move y'all over here. This weird fuzzy thing on my hat, if you see it, it's the mic I was telling y'all about. We're gonna see how it does. I did a little test with it before I got on the camera here, and it seemed to take all the wind out. So we'll see for sure after I'm done. All right, let's make another drift. If that's all I keep catching is trout, I'm not going to bore you with it. I know some of you guys might like to watch fish after fish be caught, but I watch a lot of YouTube, so I don't like watching the same fish over and over and over be caught. So I'm not going to bore you with it. If you would like to see that, please, by all means, leave a comment and let me know. And see if I can't catch y'all one more trout, and if maybe I find some redfish, I'll turn y'all on and watch me catch a redfish or two. There he is. Not a redfish, another small trout. Oh, it's not a small trout. It's my arch nemesis. Oh, it is a small trout. All right, I'll take it. I thought maybe it was another dang ladyfish. Let me tell you, this weekend, between my 2 charters, Saturday and Sunday, I bet you we caught well over 100 ladyfish. It was a little rough both days in the morning, so it kind of made me change plans last minute, which is fine. You know, that's what you're supposed to do as a charter captain, they say, is adapt and overcome. And we did just that. Like I said, we ended up finding some fish. Not a lot of fish, but well, a lot of keeper fish. We did catch a bunch of fish, just a lot of short short trout, a pile of ladyfish, and we managed a few trout, flounder. Of course, the good old bonnet head shark, but there he is. Okay, well, this is a better fish here. Oh no. I think y'all know what that means. I know what it means. Maybe it's a big red. He is pulling like a big red. I think it's a big red, y'all. Oh no, get over the bar. Y'all, if this is a redfish, this is a hoss. I think it is a big red. He's not pulling no more like a shark, so let's check him out. Stay pinned, buddy. Y'all get to see me tag and release a redfish. I love doing that. Oh yeah, it's a huge redfish. I love when that happens. Sometimes you just got to speak it into existence. I didn't know if I'd see any reds here, but we got a big one. I'm only fishing 15-pound braids, so I promise you it's not Hollywood drag. I just don't want to break him off. I mean, y'all are going to like this one. This is a big one. For some shallow water popping cork action, hey, you can't beat this. That's a mid-30s. It's huge. All right, buddy, come on, stay pinned. Whew. I know I've been catching quite a few of these at the jetties. I know y'all can hear that tail swoosh. He is a big one. Come on, buddy. Sorry, I know I'm out of the camera, but this guy's yanking me all around the boat. Let me grab this net before it's too late. No, don't go in the motor. Come on, get over here, buddy. He is staying right by the dang motor. This is a big old biggin, as Blue Gay would say, for those of you YouTube folks. There he comes. Oh, I need a bigger net. Here he goes. Hope y'all are ready for this. I'm excited. It's only my 5th or 6th cast for the morning. I was only going to be out here for a little bit. Well, I love catching these things on light tackle. It is fun. Let's see. He didn't swallow it, so that's a good thing. Now let's try not to get bit. There it is. Hooks out, y'all. Check this big old guy out. That's a good one, y'all. That is a good one. Let's get a measure on him, then we'll get a tag in him. I was right, mid-30s. He's 33 fork length. He's over my tape measure, which is 36 total length. So let's see if I can get y'all set up here, and we'll do a quick tag video. All right, guys, I'm back. Sorry I had to get all my tag stuff out. So these are tags, in case you were wondering, from Georgia DNR. You can call them, and they'll get you set up if you feel like tagging and releasing fish. I like doing it because I like knowing where these fish are going, where they're coming from, all the good information about it. It's pretty simple to fill out. You got, date, time, place you caught it. You can give the actual coordinates if you want to. It says optional. They got a list of species, length, condition of the fish, if the hook was removed, and where it was tagged, boat, land, or if you were wade fishing. Then you just fill out your personal information, name, and all that other stuff. So let me get this tag loaded here in the tagger. And what's cool about this, the kit that they send you, is this here is a vent tool also. So it's the tool that you use to tag the fish, but it's also a vent tool. It's got it's just a hollow needle. And those of you that don't know, a lot of these bigger fish, especially in these warmer water temperatures, a lot of times if you don't vent them, the gases that they build up from fighting you, it can actually kill the fish. They'll go on floating and they can't get enough oxygen through their gills. So this is a good thing to have in a big fish like that. I'm going to check him before I release him to make sure that he's healthy. But let's get him back out of the water here, and we'll get a tag in him. He's still lively, I can assure you all that. Those of you that are curious on the weight, he is right at 12 pounds, which is awesome. Now, that's a good fish. Unfortunately, it wouldn't be a good tournament fish for here, but there's another look at him. See if I can get you a full body. He is beautiful. Typical redfish. You know, he's got one spot on the tail. So with these, it demonstrates for you on the tagging procedure that they send you. You want to go directly below the dorsal fin here. And I think they say count 2 or 3 squares down. You want to go in at an angle and make sure whenever you go in that the tag goes all the way in. So you push, turn, and pull. And then boom, that tag is in there. It's not coming out. Those of you that are curious, this tag number is GA49294. If you catch that, give me a holler. I'll give you a free fishing trip. So there he is again, guys. Big old fella. 33 inches to the fork, a little over 36 overall. There's a tag we got in him. Let's get him in the water here and see if we can't get a decent release on him. Come on, buddy, work with me. He's a big fella. There's that pretty yellow tag. Sometimes it takes him a second. See you later, buddy. He kicked off. That's good. Well, that was cool. I love seeing that. Big old redfish first thing in the morning. Like I said, that was my 5th, maybe 6th cast. Again, it doesn't happen like that always. Some days, like I said, you got to go around looking for them, and that's just the summertime bite. Like I said, fall is very, very, very close. We're starting to get a little bit of the bigger trout, obviously the bigger redfish. We're still catching a lot of underslot redfish, which isn't a bad thing. You know, that just tells us that fall is going to be great. Like I told y'all before, they grow fairly quick up to a certain length, I guess. We're going to make a couple drifts here, and if we catch another one of those big reds, we'll leave them. There's no need to sit here and beat up the big redfish. Those are our fish that are going to spawn. As you can see, I threw in and hit the water, and immediately another decent trout on. That's another no doubter. He's probably 15 and a half, 16. I'm going to throw him in the box also. I may keep 5 or 6. I ain't going to keep too many. And for this being a new spot, you know, I'll take it. And this is just kind of one of those things, like I told y'all before, it's not a matter of where you fish, it's how you fish. And I only say that, I know I said this is a new spot. It is a new spot for me fishing this way. I fished it once before with plastic. And, you know, we caught fish, caught a few flounder, caught a bunch of small trout. This was probably about a month and a half ago. And that was at the last of the outgoing tide. Caught a bunch of little dinky reds too. So I told myself, you know, the next chance I get at a higher incoming tide, I want to try it. Sometimes those lower tide spots, if they're holding fish, more than likely on the incoming tide, there's going to be fish there. Not always, but more than likely. So, I mean, it worked out. Oh, and those of you that are curious, we got our new shirts in. It ain't nothing fancy. They are very nice. You know, they show the brand and the logo very good. I had a few people that ordered some. If y'all are interested in one, you can either message me or comment on this video on YouTube or Facebook. I'm going to post it on there too. Comment and let me know. My wife mentioned doing another order. We did really good with the first order. I think we had 20-something shirts that we sold, which is awesome. You know, I appreciate everybody's support, not only in the charter business, but you know, I've made a lot of friends being a charter captain, and it's awesome. You know, I'm honestly truly blessed to know the people that I know and meet the people that I meet. So again, if you want a shirt, please let me know, and we'll if I can get enough people that want, you know, a few shirts, then we'll get some ordered again. There's another nice trout. All right, I think this will be the last one that I make y'all watch me catch. And then when I get to the next spot, we'll fire you up and see what's going on. This is going to be another no doubter. 100%. That's a beautiful fish. That's a 16, 17-inch trout. So we got some tournaments coming up. And this makes me extra excited because I didn't know if I was going to fish them or not. And I still don't know 100%, but now I'm at least a 75%. There's another nice trout. Like I said, he's probably 15, 16 maybe. Here, I'll get a measure for you. Yep, 16 inches. I was right. Got a calibrated eye. You do this enough, you kind of get used to the size. All right, well, I'm not going to make y'all sit here and watch me catch trout after trout. That's 4 in the box. I may get one more, and then we'll go to the next spot. Like I said, I don't want to keep beating up a spot whenever I find fish. I want to save it for when you guys come fishing with me. So if I don't catch anything else, thanks for watching. But if I do, I'll see you here shortly. All right, guys. We fished there for probably another 10 minutes. Caught a couple more dinky trout and a little dinky redfish. And I said, all right, let's go to the next spot. So pull up to another new spot here. I'm sure some of y'all know probably where it is. I've seen people fish it. I'm just going to throw some plastic, what I was throwing the other day, a little gulp, or I'm sorry, Z-Man Easy Shrimp. I threw it a couple times over there and that's when I caught the smaller fish. So I decided just to leave them. We're going to pull up here. Maybe I'll find some fish. Maybe you'll get to see what fishing is really like. So all we're going to do here is I'm just working this grass line. I'm sorry, I know you're staring at my backside, but it's the perks of not having a cameraman with you. I've had several people volunteer, which is awesome. And I'll probably end up taking somebody up on it. I've got little fish hitting here already. Whatever it is, I don't know, but let's see. I got a northeast wind, so I'm trolling into the wind here. Just got to find the right speed. This is what I love doing. When I'm not running trips or if I'm not out fishing with somebody, I don't feel obligated to find fish. So I can kind of just play around and look for new stuff. There's always new places to fish. Always. I don't care what anybody says. There's so much marsh and river out here that I don't think you could fish it all, even in a week's period. I mean, sure, there's some spots that are better than others, but I'd be willing to bet there's more spots that are fishable out here that more than half of us know about. That was another bite I just missed. Let's see. My guess is it's probably going to be ladyfish, but maybe not. Maybe it's a big old red or big old trout. But I've got 4 nice trout in the box. If I can get one more keeper trout, that'd be awesome. If not, I'll take what I can get. My daughter River used to always say that you get what you get and you don't throw a fit. So that's kind of the ongoing thing in my household is somebody wants something, you get what you get, don't throw a fit. So as before, except we're just throwing it out along this little ledge here. I know it's a ledge. It's not a deep ledge, but the grass and the marsh sits up a lot higher than the bottom. And that's just kind of one of the things I like to fish, especially on the incoming tide. It's already up pretty high, so my guess is a lot of the bait is already pushed up in the grass. I haven't really seen a whole lot of it, so it could be a downfall. But again, if you don't go, you don't know. All of us fishermen always think we know everything there is to know, and I can assure you, this fisherman does not know everything there is to know. I love learning new stuff, and the more I get to come out here and fish, the better. Like I said, it's always something new to learn. And it could always be something as simple as I'm throwing the wrong color, I'm throwing the wrong profile bait. There's always something. My mind's always going 100 miles an hour. What can I do different? If I'm not actively catching fish after fish after fish, it's like a personal goal. And I hate to say that I let myself down a lot, but there's a lot of times that I just don't put anything together. That's part of fishing, though. Whatever fish that was, he decided he didn't want to hit it anymore. I'm coming up to a little patch of shell that I've fished. It's been probably a few months since I fished it, and that's just because time of the year, water temperatures, and all that good stuff. So we're gonna slowly work our way over there, and usually it holds some pretty good trout. I haven't caught many other things over there than trout, so let's see what happens here. I'm gonna try and get this video a little shorter. I'm doing everything on my phone, so I apologize if it seems kind of dry and boring, but again, it's just raw fishing. I come out here all the time and I always hear, man, you should record this. And like I said before, I didn't want to record because I don't like showing, the spots that I fish, not only for me and for my clients, but, a lot of other people think they might have a spot that they just don't want somebody fishing. And I support that. A lot of us put a lot of time and money in out here finding these spots, and it's easier just to not blow those spots out by posting them on YouTube. That's a big thing to me. I tell a lot of my clients about it because they're the ones that usually say, "Hey, you should start a YouTube channel." And I denied it and denied it and denied it. And, some days I just watch a lot of YouTube and run out of stuff to watch. So why not make my own videos? And when I get bored, shoot, I can watch myself fishing. There was a bite. Oh, he let go. Dadgummit. I'm going to guess that was something small because he didn't hit it very hard. There's a big rip right here off this point, and that to me screams trout. For whatever reason, they really like that fast moving water, and I like it too because typically it means it's holding fish. The wind's blowing me all kinds of cattywampus here, so see if I can get back on that point there where I missed that bite. May stop here just for a second, just because that's a really good rip and I don't want to pass it up. Now, if I remember right, running by this at a low tide, there's a lot of shell here, and not just the the white shell you see a lot on the banks. This is, I'm assuming, is live because it's got that weird brown color. Oysters and all kinds of other stuff on it. At dead low, it's out of the water, but again, that's another one of those things that to me is considered a good point. I've never fished it at dead low, just because I always go to other places. But this will be another one that I'm fishing at a high tide. I may have only gotten one bite so far, but what's to say that at a dead low, last of the outgoing tide, there won't be more fish here. So we'll put this one in the good old small memory bank up here and hope for the best. I need to see if I can get with somebody that knows how to make my memory capacity a lot more than what it is, because I forget a lot of stuff. But we're all human. We all make mistakes. So make one, maybe two more casts here, and then we'll slide back to the spot that I was talking about. See what's going on back there. It must have been a hoax. That fish didn't want to bite it again, I guess. Let me grab shrimp, make a drift or two right here, and then see what happens. I'll turn y'all back on whenever we get to this next spot, and then from there, I think we might try and go do some high tide sheephead fishing. Usually never works out for me, but I'm always down to try something. All right, I haven't left that spot yet. Said I grabbed a couple of shrimp, made one cast, and immediately caught a trout. So that's what I was talking about earlier. Sometimes it's not how you're fishing, a certain bait. Maybe they just don't want a certain bait. And I mean, who can't resist a good old juicy shrimp, fish or human? So catch one or two fish for you here on the popping cork, and then we'll go slide back to that other spot. But I was just wanting to show you that I was throwing plastic here for whatever 3-5 minutes, made 5-6 casts, had one bite, which told me that there's fish here, at least of some kind. Not knowing what kind of fish it is, the easiest thing to do is grab a shrimp, throw it in there. Everything loves eating shrimp. Uh-oh. The curse is back. See that? I made 2 casts, caught 2 fish, make the third cast, turn the camera on, nothing. That's all right, though. There was a big old gar that just rolled right there. Make one more cast here, see if we can catch both of the last two fish I caught. There he is. They were two little small trout. I didn't want to put it on video, but I just wanted to prove to you that sometimes it's just as simple as change of bait. And yeah, okay, it's shrimp and everything eats it, but oh, this is a nicer trout. See, persistence pays off. That's a really nice trout. Well, we got our fifth one. Sorry, buddy. Whoa, 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 whoa. So you don't boat flip fish, but I never learn. There's another nice 15 and a half, 16-inch trout. I'm going to get him in the box. I got my 5 trout that I wanted, so I'll turn you back on when we get to the next spot. All right, I made a few more casts at that last spot that we were just at. One more little small trout. I kept missing fish, so I'm going to tell myself it was small trash fish because I was coming back with just a shrimp head, not head and a half a body, which tells me usually that's trout when you come back with just the butt missing off the shrimp. So I left it, went ahead and drifted on back to the spot where I've caught a bunch of trout before. Just made one drift, so I swapped over to the slip rig. Tide is up a little bit higher, so it's a little bit deeper. Popping cork probably would still work, but why keep doing the same thing over and over? Try something different. So I made one drift with the slip rig, caught a probably 13 and a half inch trout. We'll make 1 or 2 more drifts here. If I don't get a good keeper trout, then we'll go try a sheephead spot. And this spot's no secret to anybody that fishes, the north end of Cumberland Island. I don't know if I said that or not today, but I'm fishing at a crooked river towards the north end of Cumberland Island. I'm not quite as far north as you can go, but we're at the north end. See, and this is what I think I was feeding at the other spot. Little bitty grunts. Boy, that is snapper candy right there. Snapper and grouper candy. Little bitty fella. Real beautiful fish. But don't want to do anything with them. For those of you that are watching, I had a busy weekend, over this past weekend with charters. And like I said earlier, we did catch fish, so I couldn't complain. This coming weekend, I ended up having a cancellation. So if you're watching this and you're in the same Aries, Georgia area, and you want to try to get out Sunday, let me know. I'll be more than happy to get you out. Oh, the second that one hit the water, something bumped it, but he didn't take it. I think we got a load of poop fish. Yeah, they're just barely hitting it. Let's move out a little bit. There he is. That's Mr. Troutfish, I think. Maybe it's a bigger grunt. Oh, lordy, no. Even worse. Dang catfish. But that's okay. It's a fish. Some fish is better than no fish. Those of you that wonder what a hardhead catfish looks like, this is them. And I do not like touching them. I've been stuck one too many times, so I invested in this nice little nifty thing. It's a D-hooker. And all you do is try not to get the rest of your line tangled up, but you hook the hook with it, pull, and they come right off. Whoever invented that, you're a genius, and I thank you. All right, one more drift, whether it's a good fish or not, and we're gonna go try the sheephead fish. And then I think I'm gonna get back to the dock and see if I can clean these fish up for y'all. I didn't bring a cooler today because, like I said, I didn't plan on keeping fish, but plans change. Or I may not clean them. I may see if Mr. Johnny up at North Star Bait and Tackle wants them. I know him and Miss Pam, they love eating their blackened trout or their fried trout and grits. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get him out here today. He's one of my best fishing partners. Really good guy. Him and all the guys up at North Star Bait and Tackle. Mike, he usually takes pretty good care of me, and Alan also, man. They're all really good guys. They're really good to all the customers. I always hear good things about them. If they don't have something, they'll try to get it for you, or send you somewhere that you can get it. Oh, there was another little bite. So y'all, if y'all are down around Crooked River State Park, y'all go in there and give them a shout out. Say what's up to them. I know they'd appreciate it. All right, I know I said one more drift, but one more drift. I got to see what it is. I got to at least catch a fish. I got a feeling it's all little trash fish just because they're hitting it, but they're hitting it for like a millisecond. It's just barely moving the cork. Typically, when a trout hits it, he's going to hit it and haul boogie. Starting to get warm, I know that. I don't know if y'all check the weather, but I think today is supposed to be the hottest day of the week, and then we're supposed to be getting some cooler temperatures in the morning, and I think we're only going to be in the mid 80s, low and mid 80s all week, which is, whew, I can't wait. I've been losing all kinds of weight out here, sweating my butt off, so that'd be nice. See there, now I can't even get the trash fish to bite. Well, can't see the cork anymore. All right, let's crank that back. We're going to cut that drift in half. I'm just going to reel it back halfway and let her start drifting again since my bait's still on there. You got to be ready because sometimes whenever you go to rip that bait back to you, if your bait's still on the hook, a lot of times they'll hit it right there. And sometimes if you ain't ready, they'll hit it and you won't have enough time to set the hook, and then you have to reel it all the way back and put a new bait on. So, all right, well, maybe I'm not going to show you another fish. This goes back to what I was saying earlier. I think my opinion now, the water gets up so high that, excuse me, a lot of this bait just pushes up in the grass. And I'm sure there's fish in there feeding on them, and they're not that the fish just shut off and stop eating, because I'm sure they're eating in other places, but at least to me in this area that I'm fishing, I think that when the bait pushes up in the grass, the fish either go on about their business because they don't want to push up in the grass. Fish being trout, I know the redfish love getting in the grass, and that's another really fun thing to do. Go sight cast, redfish that are feeding on these really high tides, tucked up way in the marsh. But for whatever reason, they just quit biting here, so we're gonna go up to this dock I know, and I'm sure everybody else knows it. See if we can't drop a fiddler crab down and find a sheephead or two. Y'all stay tuned. All right, hey guys, I made it back home. We went and tried the sheephead spot, and of course it didn't work out. Tried one or two other little spots, found some more small trout. And like I said, I don't see no point in boring you with watching me catch the same thing over and over. But I appreciate you guys watching. I think the fall bite is just right around the corner, so the fishing's only going to get better. Again, thanks for watching, and hope to get y'all on the water. Bye.